got pregnant at 14, going on 15. Yes, I was always book smart, but not street smart. My parents didn't teach me certain things, and opposers might say that they were in the same situation and they didn't get pregnant. But at the end of the day, different persons will respond to the same situation in many different ways. So I would say it's the lack of parental guidance. When my father found out that I was pregnant, he got really angry, and I believe that at that time he was very much disappointed. He didn't speak to me until my son was like 6 or 7 months. That experience was a bit traumatizing, to be honest, because at that time people started to withdraw themselves from you because they see you as this person who, layman's term, your life done. Everybody telling you the same thing that I didn't know so shit of a breed. You feel away in yourself because really and truly it's not something that you planned for. My mom, she couldn't manage financially because she's not working. I met this officer because we went to the station that's in the community. And when we went there, they referred us to Sissoka.
Good afternoon to you from Sissoka, Superintendent Roskill speaking. How may I help you?
The role of Sissoka meaning Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse, is really to accept reports coming to us, either from children, minors, or from adults who are raped, or under 16 girls, boys who are sexually abused. When an underage girl comes to Sissoka, she's pregnant. Our first job is to find out who is the person she's having sex with. There's a program that we call the diversion program. If this under 16 girl is having sex with somebody of her own age, we refer them to the Women's Center, and the Women's Center will do a series of investigations, counseling, and then give us a report that this person has benefited from that the diversion program.
My mom and I came up here and I started to attend classes.
Any girl anywhere in Jamaica who wants to continue her education, who is dropped out of school on account of a pregnancy, she can register with us. The mandate of the program is for them to access the program and then be reintegrated into the formal school system after the birth of their babies. The program was conceptualized in 1978, and it was the government's response then to the high rate of teenage pregnancy. At the time, the rate was around about 31%. The program constitutes academic instructions and extensive counseling on any topic you can imagine that relates to adolescence and human and sexuality, reproductive health, and rights and responsibilities. So the girls who come to the program are therefore within the school age cohort. So they are 17 and under. And there's nothing else we would rather do than help these young mothers. The resources are there to assist you, maximize those resources to help you.
The Child Development Agency has had a long-standing relationship with the Women's Center of Jamaica. We also have young ladies in our own care, in our institution, that are pregnant and have had children. We try to keep mother and child as close as possible together. And then they would go to the Women's Center to continue educational instructions and so on. Interestingly, when we can get the fathers, the Women's Center cater to the young men also.
We want every girl who is pregnant in Jamaica, every school-age girl who is pregnant, to access this process of intervention and go back to the formal school system.
I knew that I made a mistake and I acknowledged that mistake, and I was willing to try to fix it. And I believe that I have, and I've worked with those problems even until now. And I don't think that they will ever go away until I achieve my goals one by one. I think I want to become an architect because I like the hands-on practical stuff. So I plan to go to UTech to do their architectural course, or go to Hart to do their AutoCAD program and then go to UTech. No matter how hard it gets, I never feel like giving up, because if I give up on my education, I don't want to give up on myself, but I give up on my baby.
You see, these girls are ambitious, contrary to popular belief, and they want it. They want their education. Several of the girls who access the program of intervention at the Women's Center complete their secondary education and matriculate for tertiary level institutions. We're so very proud of those girls.
It's rough. It's rough, trust me, because you have to balance school life plus motherhood. You can't spend too much time on a book and neglect your child.
When they come here, so many at first are angry. It's lack of parenting, you know, why most of the girls get pregnant. Some of them mother is not much older than they are, you know. They were teenagers when they got pregnant themselves. So you find a grandmother in the 20s.
Last year, 565 cases of sexual abuse with under 16 girls were reported. Just about 10% of them were pregnant.
Based on the reports from the Children's Registry, we have found that the whole question of neglect and sexual abuse and physical abuse has spiked over the last couple of years.
Since the start of 2015, we have already recorded 168 such cases, with another 10% being pregnant.
Each kit comes with 2 guides. I know that we're going to be working in teams of about 2 to 3.
We were so happy when Scotia Foundation knocked on our doors voluntarily and said, we want to help you.
GEMS, which is Girls Empowered for Motherhood and Success, where we had Scotiabankers donating clothing for babies and formula so that these could be given to young mothers who do not have the financial support to take care of their kids.
It really has done a tremendous work in the lives of the girls over the 10-week period.
So we have the baby drive component. We're now going to have this component where we're actually going to physically interact with the young ladies. It's not about lecturing and pointing at a board and things like that. It's really about engaging them, very interactive.
Employers are looking for staff that takes interest in their job.
When we be a part of this program, such as the GEMS program and the Junior Achievement program, we're not just giving them something for today. We are also attending to their lasting needs.
It was just great work with him. I mean, it was very interactive, lots of questions, but you could see the interest there. And it was so exciting just to be there working with them.
They get an opportunity now where they're getting some skills. It's not about okay, they're pregnant or so, nobody, and they look down on society, society look down on them, talk about boy, all sorts of things that is not positive, but is where we are now able to say to these girls, here is the way forward.
These ladies, I think, need persons to embrace them in more ways than one, to encourage them and to share with them, for them to see from different perspectives and to be encouraged.
They are now somewhat a little bit more prepared in terms of going out there in the working world, being able to differentiate themselves from someone else by how they can think on the job and also apply themselves.
I really want to encourage those girls who are not accessing this program of intervention. It's the only one of its kind that addresses the educational needs of the girls and the psychosocial needs of the girls and ensure that they continue their education.
The Teller was brought to you by Scotiabank.